Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the latest updates.
The results of Assam's Bodoland Territorial Council elections show why Himanta Biswa Sarma is emerging as the sharpest political brain in the BJP after Narendra Modi and Amit Shah. Essentially, in these elections, which is to the BTR, which is the Bodoland Territorial Region, the BJP managed to win 9 of the 40 seats, which is up from the one single seat it won in 2015. And with this, it established itself as the kingmaker in the region. Now, this is important because Himanta Biswa Sarma was leading the campaign aggressively from the front despite the pandemic. And of course, there was criticism because he was not wearing masks during a lot of his campaign. But why this makes it important for the BJP to take Himanta even more seriously is because at this point, the BJP juggernaut may seem unstoppable because, of course, of Prime Minister Modi's popularity and Amit Shah's electoral arithmetic. But the party will soon ask itself this question about who next and who's going to plan elections, or who has that kind of election brain, that kind of political mind to be able to do what Narendra Modi and Amit Shah are doing now. And that makes Himanta a front runner. Why do I say that, and how do these small council polls determine that? Well, if you go back and look at how Himanta shifted from the Congress in 2015 to the BJP, since then the BJP's rise in the Northeast has been fairly unstoppable. The party, in fact, of the Seven Sisters, from being nothing in the Northeast, is now in power in 6 of them. And it has won difficult elections, including Tripura, which of course we know was a left stronghold for many decades. And it took quite a lot to break that fortress for the BJP to storm to power. Assam elections are due next year, and the results of the BTC show that BJP has established itself even in an area like this, which is really not its natural domain because it's an area with Bodos, with ethnic and indigenous communities, and which shows that the BJP does not quite need an ally anymore in Assam, that it is a force to reckon with and looks good ahead of the next assembly elections in terms of its chances. So that makes Himanta a sharp political brain. What also makes him useful to the party is that he has a lot of governance and administrative experience, which comes from having worked very closely with 3-time Chief Minister Tarun Gogoi, who of course we know passed away recently. He also is a troubleshooter for the party, whether it comes to what happened, the protests that happened after the passage of the New Citizenship Act, or whether it comes to the political crisis in Manipur recently. Home Minister Amit Shah tends to rely on him quite a lot. Now, of course, his handling of the COVID pandemic as health minister, he holds important portfolios in the state, has been questionable. But much like Narendra Modi and Amit Shah, he's smart enough to gloss over these failures, to gloss over certain governance and administrative lapses through rhetoric and through the ability to sort of dazzle the voters with other kinds of promises. In fact, he may not be an organic BJP product. He is not an organic BJP product. He is not from the RSS, but he seems to have seamlessly shifted into the BJP's political mold, which is this very polarizing communal rhetoric. And this is very, very obvious from how he has managed to convert the NRC issue, which is an ethnic versus non-ethnic issue, into a communal binary. His Jinnah remarks, quite infamous Jinnah remarks, people still remember, and that is exactly what Himanta is doing. He's speaking the language the BJP speaks, which is this majoritarian Hindutva, aggressive, brazenly polarizing language, and he's fit into that mold quite well. If you look at other leaders in the BJP, why does Himanta stand out? Because after Narendra Modi and Amit Shah, who is there in the party? Let's look at it a bit state-wise. If you look in the north, it doesn't have any faces in Punjab or Delhi, so to speak of. In the heartland, it had strong leaders in the form of Vasundhara Raje in Rajasthan, Shivraj Singh Chauhan in Madhya Pradesh, Raman Singh in Chhattisgarh. All 3 lost the elections in the winter of 2018. Of course, Shivraj Singh Chauhan is back as CM, but that is not to his credit. So all 3 stand diminished, and they're no longer as strong, or they're no longer the election masterminds that they once perhaps were touted to be. If you look at an import in Madhya Pradesh, which is Jyotiraditya Scindia, he's proved his worth by making sure the Kamal Nath government falls, by making sure the BJP wins the by-polls, gets enough number of seats to hold its government. But there is a lot of difference in having a grip over one region, which is the Gwalior Chambal region in this case, of one state, Unlike Himanta, who has a grip over an entire region, which is the northeast, where the BJP earlier had absolutely no footprint, where the BJP earlier had absolutely no influence over. If you look at the south, in Karnataka, there is a Yediyurappa government, but Yediyurappa age is not on his side. Also, there's so much of infighting and squabbling, so there is not much in terms of the promise BJP showing. Among the young leaders, of course, Tejasvi Surya is someone the BJP is projecting. He's very, very aggressive, very, very fiery, very, very polarizing, but he doesn't have the electoral brain or political experience that Himanta does for now. It's still too early to say what Tejasvi Surya's trajectory will be like. Of course, there is Devendra Fadnavis in Maharashtra, who again lost his election, stands diminished. The big name in the BJP at this point is Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, but I'll tell you two of his, the two areas where he's lacking. The governance and administration that he has shown over the last few years has been shaky at best. There are many questions that have been raised. Also, Yogi's politics is about projecting this overt Hindutva, saffron robe donning image. It's about talking aggressively. It's about talking about Hindus and Muslims and communalizing elections, whether it says Bajrang Bali versus Ali kind of rhetoric. He hasn't quite shown what Amit Shah and Modi do, which is sharp election planning right down to the booth level. Political planning. So he's not shown that electoral and political maturity yet. So given these factors, and given that at the national level, the BJP's bench strength continues to remain underwhelming, it does seem like that Himanta Biswa Sarma, who's really from a small state where the BJP earlier had absolutely perhaps no interest in, till Modi and Amit Shah erupted into the scene, he may emerge as, and he has in fact established himself as, a very, very sharp, very, very reliable political brain in the party. Perhaps the best that Narendra Modi and Amit Shah have at this point. For more, log on to our website, theprint.in, to read my column Politics.